Okay, so off rip, I want to thank you guys for the support because look, realistically speaking, the last video, more so specifically the Cascade video, did way better than I was expecting. Okay, and I just want to say thank you for the support, especially for the fact that it having been a video that I haven't uploaded in basically 2 months. The fact that the video, I mean, as of recording it, it's genuinely, I think it's actually been a bit over 20. Well, it's not even been 48 hours since the video's been out, since recording this video. Okay. At the time recording this, it literally hasn't even been 48 hours. So for the video already having done as well as it has, I want to say thank you because, like again, I haven't uploaded in basically 2 months, and for it to receive the support that it has, I'm really grateful for that. Secondly, now that that's out the way, I want to say thank you to the developers, Silicon Souls of Cascade. Okay, I didn't mention this in the video. I didn't say anything about it in the video. And I honestly did it because I did it more on a whim and didn't really expect it to even happen. But I actually reached out to the developers of Cascade, just asking them to watch the video. Hoping, I weren't asking for any sort of promo, anything like that. I simply asked them if they could watch the video. And nonetheless, they did. They actually, for the fact that I'm a small channel, right? Very small channel. And I even mentioned that. And honestly, the flipping Instagram account is even smaller than that. The fact that they, never mind, even saw my flipping DM, on top of that, responded and even watched the video, I am forever grateful, okay? I truly am grateful for it. Again, just them watching the video really means the world to me. They did mention quite a few things. I will hopefully be showing you the screenshots of the messages that were sent from them. But, they mentioned stuff like how, to be honest, that playtest was from basically I think the start of the year or quite a while ago. So they are planning on actually updating the playtest, right? They want to introduce weapons like I talked about in the video. They're more new upgrades and an actual level system, okay? They basically said that they've already planned on adding a lot of the things that I'd mentioned in that video. And that once again, in the new playtest, we will get to see a lot of those things. So heck, firstly, they were already a step ahead of me, but secondly, can't wait for the next playtest. Heck, they even mentioned in the flipping messages as I'm showing that they said that the channel deserves more attention. So why don't you help that happen by hitting that, hit that sub button, and that'll get us more attention. Look, okay, look, I'm sorry. Look, I don't normally say it on camera, okay? I would never ever say it on camera, but that was the one opportunity, okay? That's the one time I had to take the opportunity there. Either way, that'll be the only time I ever say on camera asking you guys to subscribe. But either way, yeah, please subscribe. Hey, you heard it from the developers themselves. They said the channel deserves more attention, so you might as well. I had to take the opportunity. Anyway, once again, thank you to Dorian from Silicon Souls for watching the video. Once again, like I say again, I'm forever grateful. And yeah, now let's actually get on with the main part of the video. I probably mentioned this before, but in regards to fighting games, I've been playing fighting games a bit more seriously for a bit over, well, I've been playing fighting games consistently for a bit over 2 years now, okay? But if you know me personally, you'd know that I actually started off playing fighting games near enough around basically the start of high school or early high school. So I have been, I've known to play fighting games before, but I only really started playing it more consistently and actually tried to get really good at them within the last 2 years or so. And in saying that, I have come to face with a plethora of fighting games, in which that plethora I have seen a multitude of characters in those fighting games. So I thought for today's video, I would talk about one character in specific, right, to those multitude of fighting games that I've played, whether it be for fun or to genuinely try to get good at the game and achieve a high rank. there is one character in all fighting games, in all the lands between, that for me personally, stands above the one that stands at the pinnacle of all races. And that's what we'll be discussing in this video. My favorite fighting game character of all time. And to be honest, it goes a bit beyond their looks and more so goes into their personality and the mechanical skill required to actually play the character in the first place. Because when I tell you it takes some serious skill to play this character and some serious knowledge to play this character, I really mean it. Though this character isn't particularly known for their high level of mechanical execution, they're actually more known for the vast amount of knowledge you need of other characters in the game needed in order to play this character. Now, in saying that, there's probably one of two viewers watching this video right now. The first is like, well, Genie, in most fighting games, don't you need to know other characters anyway, just to know how to effectively punish them? And to you, I would say you're absolutely right, but it's just not in the way that I'm talking about. And then there's the second person who, by saying that, maybe the cogs are already turning in their head as they have some sort of idea as to which character I may be talking about. And I hate to be that guy, but there's probably a third person watching this video in which you have no idea whatsoever as to what the heck I've been talking about and have no idea, like any clue as to who the heck I could even be referring to. And even saying all that, there's a fairly decent chance that there's probably only those 3 viewers actually watching this video anyway. So to you 3 watching, you know, what's going on? What's good? How's your day going? It's pretty late, so you know, today's been a pretty good day for me, but you know, hopefully you guys are doing right. Either way, I think that's enough beating around the bush, and I think it makes sense that we finally talk about the characters themselves. So today the characters we'll be talking about, my favorite fighting game character of all time, is none other than Shang Tsung. Now, I know some of you just heard that name and you're like, ew, Mortal Kombat. Look, let's just hear me out a second. I know Mortal Kombat 1, and heck, I haven't even played Mortal Kombat 1 till pretty much like since it came out, right? So you may be questioning, you know, I play Tekken mainly, so you might be like, why the heck does this Tekken player, why is his favorite fighting game character of all time a Mortal Kombat character? Let me explain. See, Shang Tsung is a character that I could only wish that I had the amount of skill to play him effectively whilst I was in my Mortal Kombat era. That being Mortal Kombat X, Mortal Kombat 11, and even the small amount of Mortal Kombat 1 that I played. And that's because this character is truly a beast, all right? In the right hands, the right Shang Tsung player can truly be a beast and a threat to play against, okay? They can even have you questioning if you even know your own character, okay? Shang Tsung really and truly is a character not to be messed with, because the vast amount of skill and knowledge that you need to play him creatively as well as effectively is insane and mind-boggling. Like, if there's one character you don't want to be teabagging in a fighting game, it's probably the Shang Tsung player. Speaking more about his personality, Shang Tsung has always been more of the antagonist, okay? He's either been the main antagonist or at the very least played an antagonistic role. Okay, so even if he isn't the main one, he is still a bad guy regardless. And if you're someone who knows me personally, then you know I do like my antagonists. I mean, like one of my favorite like characters of all time is the Clown Prince of Crime. Like, come on, like, hold on a second. Like, y'all genuinely thought I was joking when I said that? Like, I'm trying to tell you, the Clown Prince of Crime, okay? And honestly, the Batman Who Laughs, even better on top of that. Like, favorite villain, full stop. Either way, look, the point is I do like I like villains, okay? I probably like villains more than the heroes. Does that make, like, bro, I don't know what to tell you. Either way, this video is about Shang Tsung. Let me put this away. Now, excluding the fact that it's well aware now that I like antagonists, or, you know, the bad guys, excluding his looks, which, don't get me wrong, his design is pretty good. I wouldn't say it's one of the main reasons as to why I like him, okay? I think one of the mains is probably his personality. And speaking more about his actual personality now, Shang Tsung has always played sort of a cunning role. He's someone that you sort of know he's a bad guy, like you can just sort of sense it from him, and yet you hear him anyway. And his way with words makes things sound so compelling that it seems as though you've already fallen under his spell. It's almost as if in some way he may actually be trusting, until you realize you are simply a small speck in the bigger picture. The issue is, by the time you realize, it's already too late, as he's probably discarded you, and now you're left blaming yourself for even listening to him in the first place. Like, don't get me wrong, this guy is 1000% a bad guy. Like, that part is more than obvious. But I think it's more so the fact that, like I say again, you can tell that this guy is cunning. Like, no sugarcoating it. You know damn well that this guy is cunning, just with one look. Still feel compelled to hear him out anyway, and then fall under his spell with the way that the words of he speaks, as he makes an argument into why you should help him and how in helping him it'll actually benefit both of you, but knowing damn well that it's probably a flipping bad idea, and yet you decide to follow it anyway, almost as if the literal moment that your eyes laid upon him himself, it was already too late for you. Now, enough glazing on his personality, and now let's actually get onto the fun part, being his gameplay. Okay, what actually makes him my favorite video fighting game character, full stop. And this is the interesting part. This is the nitty gritty, because like I say again, it's gonna get wicked here. With Shang Tsung being a spellcaster, he actually has access to certain moves of all 5 of the ninjas within Mortal Kombat, that being Ermac, Smoke, Rain, and even the 2 icons of the game being Sub-Zero and Scorpion, of course. Like, he has access to certain moves of every single one of those guys, whilst also generally tending to wear their original ninja outfits. But here's the real kicker. What really makes Shang Tsung stand out as my favorite fighting game character of all time is the fact that he can morph into the person that he's fighting against. Like, if you're playing Johnny Cage, he can morph into Johnny Cage. If you're playing Scorpion, he can morph into Scorpion. If you're playing Liu Kang, I think you're starting to get the point. The point is, regardless of what character you're playing, he can morph into that character. And this is where he starts to get dangerous, because if you're playing against a skilled enough Shang Tsung player, and then they morph into your character, they might even be able to play your character even better than you can play them. And this is what makes him such a good fighting game character, as well as a scary one to even fight against. Because the type of person that plays Shang Tsung, or the type of person that you need to be to play Shang Tsung, needs to be the type of person who has an immense amount of knowledge of basically every character in the game, so that when they eventually morph into your character, because they will morph into you, it's Shang Tsung after all, they can put up a fight against you with your own character. Like, don't get me wrong, you don't need to know every little thing about every single character in the game in order to play him well, or effectively. Okay, at the very least, just know the basic BMBs as well as the punishes, and that's enough to have the creativity and the fluidity to play a good Shang Tsung. The tough part about that is knowing that for more or less every single character in the game. I mean, think about it. If you're just playing one character in a fighting game, all you need to know is the correct punish for every other character in the game. But when you're playing Shang Tsung, not only do you need to know how to effectively punish them all, but then you need to know their basic BMB combos in order to actually do damage with that person's own character. Now, part of the inspiration for this video was Marvel Tokon. Not only was I playing the beta, but I also saw the trailer that they showed at EVO. And what gassed me up even more about it is when they showed Loki, because in the introduction for it, when they show Loki, Loki is actually morphed as Captain America before he ends up revealing himself to be Loki. And when I saw that, I got way more gas, because I was like, oh my days. Loki in Marvel Tokon could end up being like Shang Tsung in Mortal Kombat. And if he does end up being like that, then I'm so gassed. Like, this is gonna be insane. Like, say again, the ability to morph into the person that you're fighting against, this is going to be the epitome of like creativeness, like a creative genius. Don't get me wrong, there is 100% some mechanical skill involved in order to play Shang Tsung, okay? That, like, yes, is he probably the most high execution character in the game? Probably not. But has he ever been the most high execution character in the Mortal Kombat games? Probably not. but there is definitely some mechanical skill involved regardless. And the fact that you require the knowledge of the character you're fighting against in order to use him effectively is what just makes him so cool. And it really brings to light the whole meaning to the phrase knowledge is power. Like, that phrase genuinely couldn't be any more true with Shang Tsung. Like, he really is the epitome of knowledge being power. And don't get me wrong, even if you are playing Shang Tsung and you maybe don't know the B&Bs for the character you're playing against, it doesn't mean that all of a sudden, like, Shang Tsung becomes completely useless. Like I say again, Shang Tsung like has movesets from the 5 ninjas in the game, as well as some of his own moves. So it's like, even if you don't particularly know the character you're fighting against, and you decide not to morph into them because you don't know anything about that character, Shang Tsung already has enough within his kit to actually still make him a stable character to play. But where the fun and the effectiveness and the creativity comes in playing Shang Tsung is the literal ability of becoming the person that you are fighting against. Like, genuinely, imagine giving BTA to someone with their own character. That's Shang Tsung. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm just gonna chuck this in there because, like, why not? Personally, I'm more of a fan of his Mortal Kombat 11 design than his Mortal Kombat 1, but that's me nitpicking. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I just want to chuck that in there. So, in saying all this, rest in peace, Mortal Kombat 1, and let's hopefully get Injustice 3 soon. Please. Look, I know he isn't a part of Injustice, but like, it's been so long since we had another Injustice game. Like, look, is it too bad to ask? All that being said, I think this is the point where I want to wrap it up. Like I say again, Shang Tsung, without a doubt, is my favorite fighting game character of all time. Now, is he my favorite video game character of all time? Absolutely not. Do I even know who is my favorite video game character of all time? No, quite frankly, I don't think I can answer that. But I do know for sure it isn't Shang Tsung. But what I can say in regards to fighting games, yeah, Shang Tsung without a doubt is my favorite. And like I say again, like, you can't blame me. Someone who has the ability to morph into the person that they're fighting against and genuinely give BTA to someone with their own character, that is another level of IQ that genuinely, like, that's leagues above like anything you could ever get. Okay, but like, that's genuinely so cool in my mind. Either way, yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this one. Another short one because we're still catching up on videos. Basically, we're gonna switch things around a little bit. So originally I was gonna do 2 this weekend and then go back to like 2 at the end of this month. So I was gonna do essentially 2 at the start of the month and then 2 in the final 2 weeks. But then after speaking with some of the guys and stuff and whatnot, and like giving it some more thought, I said, basically this entire month, you're basically gonna get a video once a week. So once we get into September, we will be finally back to regular programming. But for the time being, enjoy these videos that are coming out once a month. This has been your boy Genie, and I will see you guys next week.